troops coming in from this right hand side, the Germans giving fire support to the bunker. British troops are in the middle, pinned down by the German bunker. The rate of fire is too much for them to move. But slowly but surely the British troops can notice that, and they're starting to build up their reinforcements behind those guys that are stuck in the middle. Germans are still laying down mortar fire. Smoke screens are being set up to give them, the guys in the middle there, a chance to move under the smoke screen. Obviously making sure which way the direction of the wind blew, we threw in the smoke grenades to make sure it gave us a good thick screen to hide our movement. The jeep nearest to you here at the arena fence, you notice there's got the Red Cross flag on there, and there's a nurse driving that vehicle. Under the Geneva Convention on both sides, or any battle, you are not allowed to fire upon any vehicle or persons carrying the Red Cross. So both sides now are trying to assess the situation, hold their ground. The Germans are realising they need to support that bunker. That's sadly one of the British troops. Oh no, he's alive. I thought he was copped it, but he's alright. So the guy's got his pistol out. He's obviously run out of rounds in his Sten gun. Browning 9mm. British issue. Oh no, too much. What a brave move to try and get in there and get the bunker. Like I say, Red Cross go in. They had to adhere by the rules, but obviously sadly they didn't, did they? They are allowed to come in and pick up and treat the casualties, either be it their own side or the other side. They have to treat them first aid. So we've got reinforcements of the British field gun and the 50 cals that are set up on the jeep. The blue jeep is actually was used in the desert. In the meantime, the British troops are giving cover and fire so the Red Cross can take out the casualties of the battlefield. Like I say, Geneva Convention, the Red Cross people were sort of protected, but they will still fire upon, but you weren't allowed. Firepower now has increased in the British side. Reinforcements have come in with the 50 cal, the small field gun, and the small mortar, British mortar. Firepower on the British side is increasing. Oh no, we've got it. One down. Germans are holding their ground really well. The Panzer Quex is the rocket launcher, anti-tank rocket launcher. The Germans just had a fire there. In service from 1943 to 1945. Over 1,000 over 1 million were made. The rocket launcher, anti-tank rocket launcher. But the effective range of that was only 150 metres. The Red Cross are doing their battle service, making sure the casualties notice that the German vehicle also do the same thing, taking the casualties off the battlefield. Germans are holding their ground really well, considering the amount of firepower that the British forces have now got, and come in with the 50 cal and the field gun. .303 bolt action British rifle being used there, along with the Sten gun and the Bren gun. You see on top of that jeep is found a Bren gun. Oh, the pen gun, the gunner's got it, no, he's had it. He's down. 50 count, here comes the British Sten gun, 9 more. Red Cross being given cover and fire by the British forces. Quickly get them out of the battlefield. Germans are doing pretty well, holding their ground there.
Go finish the end. Go shot. Finish the end. Go shoot it.
Some of the parachute regiments now are using their bolt action 303s, as you know, commonly used in the Second World War. This was actually set up in Italy in 1944. So the battle stage is in Italy, 1944. There goes the mini mortar. Hey! God, that was a good one. They almost got him. The mortar may have landed there, but in reality, the killing range of the mortar is probably about 5 to 10 metres.
Well done.
The officers are now on the telephones asking for support and more backup. The officers there, captains on the radio, saying we're being pinned down, we need reinforcements, we need a plan here. Plans are never, they're set, but they're not always stuck. So they obviously, you have to quickly change plans and tactics on the day. Special situation, what's the best place? Left flank, right flank, artillery. The mini mortar there, giving fire support. The Germans holding that ground, holding their bunker. The British forces are now just assessing, checking their casualties. We've got a brain gun there, that's an important weapon they need in battle. The rate of fire from the brain gun on those magazines can give down a good rate of fire attacking those base. There we go. We've got a 50 cal there being fired on one of the jigs. Again, rate of fire is very fast, ping down the enemy. Red Cross treating those who have been wounded or sadly taking it with a bullet. They're all communicating with each other. What's the best way to go? Where should we go? Left flank? Right flank? We need supporting fire, which the guys are doing in the middle there.
Left flank, right flank, or just have a wing?
So the Germans fired the rocket launch anti-tank. Been supported by the mini mortar, laying down fire. So the officer's on the front there, chatting away to his HQ. Right, this is what's happening. We've been pinned down. You can see the officer there kneeling down on the radio, communicating probably to HQ and telling them what's going on. We need support here, either by air, artillery, or more land troops. Oh hello, the Germans. They've seen an opening on the right flank of their right flank.
The Joker's going to come out.
Bravely, the Germans are going in and taking their right flank. I think they're taking out the mortar as well. They're taking out the mortar. The British troops haven't got that mini mortar no more. And for their support, it's gone. One of the guys in support fire in the middle. They're trying to pin down the Germans in the middle and Holden there in the middle. You've got the anti-tank rocket launcher there being fired by the Germans, trying to take out the jeeps and the field gun. Obviously the armour in those days wasn't as thick as it is these days. Sadly, this battle that was taken in Italy, I think the Germans going to have the winning hand on this one.
They got a sniper there.
The anti-tank rocket launcher being fired again. It's going to take out either the gun or the jeep.
That's not where it is!
Sadly, pretty peace on this side. Today, I don't think this battalion battle is going to be won by the British.
Look out for Jason, Nathan! Okay. Alright.
Wagons coming in and out here. Gage, that goes to you as well.
The numbers of the Germans have done really well. They've pushed forward. They've taken that ground. There were times, sadly, the Germans did have the upper hand.
No, not the grenades!
In some of the battles, the Germans did take organised as POWs.
That's it, shoot the wounded, typical.
Four officers, information back to the HQ, didn't get quick enough, back quick enough, and didn't get the support they needed.
Rest in peace,
They either
Graham.
ran out
They
of
got
water,
Nathan.
ammunition, food, and they did the best they could with what they had. Stuck out in the middle of Italy, Egypt, Africa. Don't forget, we covered a lot of land with sometimes limited resources. So the poor captain there has been taken capture. Now this officer's got to be careful. He's the guy that's got all the maps. He's got the plans. He's got it all in his head. So the Germans are rubbing their hands together with this one. They've got an officer here. Somebody that's got a lot of information. It's very important for their battle plans. Just handing some information about the officers obviously had on him, who he is, his ID card, and the community convention is caused by POW to this day. They're only allowed to give them name, rank and number, and very limited information. So sadly on this Italian battle, the British forces were overrun by the Germans. Those German MG42s and MG34s, the rate of fire was far too much for the British forces. And as you see, the Germans were dug in more with a bunker, which was solid concrete, in some places over a foot or 2 foot of concrete.
We lost.
To this day, the Geneva Convention states that all prisoners, POWs, either side, had to be treated with respect, first aid, food and water. But as we know, that wasn't always the case, sadly, through some of the battles. Oh, one tried to get away. Oh, no. He tried to run away. That anti-tank rocket launcher, that Germans walking past now, right in the middle. That saved the day. That took out the field gun, the jeeps.
Index. Back in there. Yeah, index. Men's enter the vent. Safe. Come back in.
Index, my whistle didn't work. Brand new whistle, don't go to Force Direct. £4 whistle.
Why
Right,
happened
wait for the land
to our plan to bring the plane and changed the ending. The rescue from
controlled by
Headcorn.
the leaders of the reenactors. They're going to line up in front of you. It'd be great if we could deal with them and give them a massive round of applause. And also you can get to see all the kit they're wearing as well, their weapons that they're holding. So that's it. They're giving the order now to line up to make safe all weapons, which we do in combat and also in practice. Very important that the weapons are made safe. Any weapon is only dangerous by the person that's handling it. So it's very important. These guys are very highly trained. Some of these guys are ex-forces as well and seen combat for real. And they've gone into the reenactment side of things.
You should have got the sleeve.
The authentic jackets, the helmets, the weapons, the puttees they wear on their ankles, the boots. Some of the weapons have to be fired to clear. So there we're looking to hear a few shots. Just making sure that's all safe. And if there's one in the round, you might just fire it off. So the officer's in charge. Notice some of the guys have got camouflage faced up. Notice how hot and sweaty they look. That kit is heavy. It's thick material. That webbing is heavy when it's wet. The weapons are heavy, not like the kit we've got these days, all Quex and so forth. As you see, the officers' NCOs are going across. We want to make sure that the chambers are empty. That all weapons that people are holding are magazines off and made safe.
Ooh.
Oh, one's had too many, I think. Yeah. Too tough, bless you.